So let's talk about the arguments for moral egoism. An argument I didn't mention is the claim that psychological egoism is true and that therefore moral egoism must be true, which is a stupid argument. Just because something's a certain way doesn't mean it should be that way. Imagine you got a relative with cancer. I've got cancer. Well, then you should have cancer. No, it doesn't work that way. All right, so there's the utilitarian argument that says if we all look after our own business and take care of ourselves, we'll all be better off. And this is true to a great extent. It's certainly true generally, mostly. But there will also come times when a small cost to me can result in a great benefit to someone else and no prospect of me making up that cost. Right? Reducing concentration of wealth helps lots of people. I mean, utilitarianism, we discussed taxation. Taxation is imposing a small cost, a relatively small cost on very, very rich people to benefit the very, very, very poor people. And sometimes my interest will be in violating someone else's rights, shutting down free speech, shutting down elections, very much to the benefit of the dictator. Look at the dictators of the world. They act in their own self-interest constantly. And because they have the power, they impose it on everyone else. So moral egoism says that Kim Jong-un should go on doing what he's doing. That doesn't really make much sense to me. We're not all better off if everybody always acts on their own self-interest. Besides, if making everybody all better off is the goal, then moral egoism is false, because moral egoism says everybody making themselves better off is the goal, even if this results in everybody being worse off. Ayn Rand's argument, Ayn Rand was an idiot, that Ayn Rand had this weird argument that somehow you helping someone else or you being forced to help someone else through taxation is a denial of life and a destruction of your self-respect. Oh no, I gave $5 to a beggar. How can I live with myself? I've completely lost my self-respect. When was self-respect ever defined that way? Plus, she bases this on the value of individual life. If people help other people, the helpers are denying the value of their own individual life. So because of that, they should deny the value of the life of the person they want to help. I want to help that person, but to do that, I would be denying the value of my individual life. And so therefore, I morally must deny the value of their life. That makes no sense. It's a self-contradiction. It's not a thing. Then there's the so-called common sense argument. Well, you know, it's good for you to follow the laws of common sense morality. You know, keep your promises, don't tell lies, don't hurt other people, give to charity, because if you do all those things, people will be nice to you and you'll get benefits back. Except for giving to charity, you usually don't get anything back from that, unless you like make sure people know you're giving to charity, and they'll be like, oh, they're so charitable, I'll give them money. I'm not sure really how this is supposed to work. Well, the first is this logically commits the fallacy of affirming the consequence, because A implies B doesn't mean that B implies A. The fact that we have egoistic reasons to be mostly moral, publicly moral, doesn't mean that morality means that we should be egoistic. You know, in order to become a professional basketball player, I would have to be physically fit. But in order for me to be physically fit, I don't have to be a professional basketball player. Right? Second, yeah, we don't, it's just because we have egoistic reasons to be moral doesn't mean we don't also have moral reasons to be moral, right? And again, morality and egoism part company when one person has a lot of power and the ability to hurt or help a lot of other people. Morality says they should sacrifice some of their wealth to help other people because it can have an enormous impact. Yeah, so that doesn't help moral egoism at all. So basically, I think moral egoism is even more ridiculous than psychological egoism. So that's